A 2019 article on BBC.com titled How Your Friends Can Change Your Habits for Better and Worse spoke about how our personal sense of self is derived from other people. Social psychologist Amber Gaffney even went as far as to say that the more of your identity you draw from a group, even when you're not around that group, the more likely you are to uphold these values. So I guess there's some truth to when your mother pastes in your head that you should choose your friends wisely. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, your one stop for having fun, faith, and financial independence. My name is Jadine, but my friends call me Juds, and today we will be talking about the type of circle that is right for you. We're going to talk about how to figure out whether you are in the right circle or not, and what to actually do if you're sitting with the mean girls.
You can't sit with us!
Or guys. But before we get into it, I'd like to remind you that my channel is geared towards personal finance, faith, and overall success. So if you're interested in any of these things, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you never miss when I make a post. My general videos are posted every Monday at 6 p.m. and the new episodes of my show called Tea with Two Girls are posted every Thursday at 6 p.m. So please don't forget to stay tuned. Let's get back into the video. Right, so we're talking about figuring out if our circle is right for us. So let's go ahead and first define what our circle is, or who are the people categorized as the people in our circle. For one, I would definitely say your circle is filled with the people that are closest to you, mostly characterized as friends. So the circle are the people that you speak to the most. I know you have close friends that you don't have to speak to often, so I'll also include that these are the people that you share experiences with, that you confide in, that you build chemistry with, and you feel as though these people are very substantial, important figures in your life. These people are the people that make up your circle. I would like to think that when we get people into our circle, personally, as a woman of faith, I think the greatest thing you can do is pray about the person that enters into your life and see where they fit in your life. So, you're making sure that you're not putting seasonal people in reason-based capacities in your life, and vice versa. So definitely we need to look at our friendships to make sure that we are setting up ourselves for the best form of success. The disclaimer is, though, although you may hear this list and somebody comes to mind that reflect these negative values, it's not to say that it means that you need to move away from your entire circle. The only time it becomes harmful is that when the entirety or the majority of your circle are like this. But even when saying that, there's a term that we Jamaicans use, one fool make many. So it really only takes one person to change a perspective if they're convincing enough. But I would say that once the majority of your friendships are in the green, then I don't think it's much harm to you. And it's also to say that I'm not saying that even if the majority of your circle are harmful in the sense that I'm about to discuss, that the option or the answer is to just take a big knife and just chop them out of your life. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the list of things that you need to look out for. The first up is the doubting Thomas versus the wise cautioners. Okay, so the doubting Thomas. Why I call it doubting Thomas? Because my Christian background equated to whatever I learned in the Bible. And if you know the story of Thomas, Thomas did not believe that Jesus was risen until he saw that Jesus was risen. And in this context, it's talking about the people in your life that pump fear and pump doubt into your vision, into your beliefs, into your perspective, and into your goals. These are the people that when you talk to them about what you want to do, them have an answer for why you cannot do it or why it's not a good idea to do it. And we need to distinguish them from the wise cautioners, because the wise cautioners are people that are really significant to your life. Because sometimes, even though I think, dreams should not have any sort of limit on it, you still need that person in your ear to give you the realities, to give you the risks, and give you the... So I know why you ask me now, even though you never asked me, but I know you're asking now, then how would I distinguish these things, because they sound pretty similar. I'll give you an example. So for instance, you come to your friend and you'll say that you want to go into law. Let's say you want to do law, and the answer your friend gives you is, well, the law field is saturated. I don't think you'll be very successful there because there are a lot of people in the field right now. Maybe you want to think about doing something else. While it is true that the law field may be saturated, I don't think that should be a reason for you to move away from something that you genuinely want to do, genuinely want to go towards. The wise cautioner would say instead that, hey, for real, the law field is saturated. So what you need to do is discover your niche, or what you like, the thing that will make you stand out. That is constructive. It is wise. It gives you the feasibility without the fear. And that is the kind of friend you would want in your circle. The wise cautioner, the one that says, hey, I get your dream, look at it through these lens, instead of, I hear your dream, throw it away entirely, because you're going to get yourself in problems. If you have a doubt in Thomas in your life, then maybe you need to assess your circle. So moving on to the next type of people in your circle. The supportive versus the faux-portive. Yes, I made up my word and I am sticking to it, because I want to differentiate the word supportive. I want to differentiate the word unsupportive from faux-portive. Yeah, it sounds weird, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick by him.
And that's what you're gonna settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
Right? Yeah. So the faux-portive person now, let's talk about the unsupportive person so that you can, see the difference. The unsupportive person is somebody who's blatantly not supportive of your goals, not supportive of your dreams. The doubting Thomas can come under it, but it is of a wider capacity. Somebody who is just not on board with your vision for yourself and your vision for your life. I wouldn't say that a friend is unsupportive, because if you find somebody in your life that is unsupportive, I can't imagine that this person is your friend. So I call it faux-portive, in that they might say that they're supportive, and you give them an idea and they say, yes, go ahead, do it, I believe in you. And it's mostly words and never actions. A supportive friend backs up their words with actions. What do I mean? Let me give another example. So for instance, you started a business, you started a t-shirt business. A supportive friend would definitely not ask for a discount. If you want to give your friend a discount, then by all means it's your friend. But I don't think your friend should be asking for a discount. Your friend would put money into that business for you. Hey, give me a t-shirt, give me 2 t-shirts. You know what? Let me call up my friend and see if she wants a t-shirt. T-shirt. Like, she should be on board with you doing whatever. And clearly, the support comes in many other ways. What if the friend doesn't have any money to buy a t-shirt from you? Then that friend, maybe is helping you sell them. What if they don't have the time? I should be able to talk to my friend. Like, sometimes, when you're starting a business or when you're going on a different venture, the supportive friend is going to make time for you to hear, the concerns you have, the doubts you have, pursuing your business idea, pursuing the promotion. There are some times when you're there in the middle of the night and you're wondering, is it all worth it? Sometimes doubt just creeps in and overtakes you, and it can shake you to your core, because sometimes you're in a place where you probably can't even turn back. I feel like the supportive friend in that moment, you should be able to call that friend even in the middle of the night and say, hey girl, this is what's going on. And if I'm my friend, because I only can speak of my friends, my friend should be able to step up and pray with me. Like, girl, don't worry about it. Let's pray about it. Let's talk through it. That's the kind of supportive friend you need. The full supportive friend is not going to do that. The full supportive friend is going to cuss you off and tell you, say, wait, girl, at 1 o'clock in the morning. No time for your dreams. No time for hearing your fears. Yeah, but as I said, everything should be in context and perspective. It takes a toll when you have to be pumping your friends to help you. Understand? So I believe your supportive friends does what it takes. The circle. So if somebody outside of your circle doesn't give you as much support as you think you need, then it's a reason that they're at that proximity in your life. But the ones in close proximity, the one you hold dear to you, the one that you hold as your ride or die, should be able to support in the endeavors, like how you would be holding yourself to a standard of making sure that you're there for that person. But yeah, the supportive person is going to be there for you in the way that they can, in the best way that they can, is what I'm really saying. So if they can't do it a certain way, it will show in other ways. The next one are the complainers versus the innovators. Or the complainers. I think that a friendship, a circle, should provide room for you to complain about what is going on in your life. It should be a safe space for you to vent your concerns and vent your whatever is ailing you at the time, whether it's in your personal life, your social life, your work life, whatever. I should be able to go into that circle and say, hey, this not work for me. But when the conversation in your circle is only complaining, when it's only whining, or when it's only crying, then there is a problem, because that means that is where you guys are going to be stuck at. Coming away, like, you should not go into a circle and not come away with a perspective. You understand what I'm saying? I see a prosperous and a fruitful circle as the one that says, okay, what can we do? So that's when I say innovators, it's the one that takes the complaints and look at the way forward. So your circle should be pushing you towards innovation. And why? Because it will activate the innovation in your own mind. And when you are faced with a problem, sometimes you won't have your circle available, but you'll automatically, as the post said about the values, when you get those values from your friends, it will be instilled that, okay, when I face this problem, I need to innovate a solution. What could be the innovation? Well, maybe the next thing that my friend would have showed me to do is to pray. The next thing would be, after praying, is to strategize. After strategizing, executing. Giving you levels of how to work out a problem and how to not work out a problem. Your friend should not be saying, girl, I don't know what you're going to do, but, figure it out. Your circle, that's not your circle. That is somebody that's saying, hey, keep your problems over there and I'll stay over here. It's important for somebody who wants to build a life successfully and build a life fruitfully, because even moving outside of complaints, it will give you a bigger desire to do bigger things. When that desire is tugged in you, it grows, and you feel a little bit more confident to do something bigger, to go a little further, to do something more. And then when the hurdles come, you're like, well, I've jumped this one before, and this is how I jumped this one. Well, then I'm going to jump that one like this. You understand me? I say, you don't want to be stuck in a phase of, my life is ruined, my life is destroyed, my life is, whatever. So, and in the next video, in the next episode of Tea with Two Girls, we are actually talking about owning your failures. So this will come in handy. I probably just put my finger here so that when that video actually comes up, I'll just go back and and link the video at the top. And the whole thing about owning your failures is understanding that the complaints, the failures that you have, there is a way to accept that as what happened to you and moving forward at the same time. So yeah, check that out when it does come out. But that is the other thing, the complainers versus the innovators. The next set of people now are the jibber jabbers versus the leaders. I'm going to find a better word for them than leaders, but they encapsulate what the opposite of a jibber jabber is. Well, the jibber jabbers, let me talk about the jibber jabbers. A lot of people going to get offended, but if your circle can only talk about things like gossiping and what's happening in social media, what crazy thing happened, and if you can only talk about those things, if that's where the conversation caps, if that is the peak of your conversation all the time, every time, there is a problem because they're not helping you to grow. Where are the challenging conversations? Where are the conversations that bring you into a greater understanding and appreciation of where you fall in life or where your purpose lies? And it's funny why I said that, because I used to be an intern, a summer intern at a law firm, and this particular law firm, they segregated. I mean, it's a strong word, but it really is what happened. In the lunchroom, the interns and the legal assistants and the paralegals, they would sit on one side of the cafeteria. I really mean girls. You can't sit with us! They would sit on one side of the cafeteria, but then the lawyers, the associates and the partners and the QCs and whatever, they would sit on the other side. Now, this is what I noticed. On our side, the conversation was geared around I think there was this viral post one day about something with Shabada. I remember. It was a long time ago. That was the main flow of the conversation on our side. But, me enough and me fast. So maybe they are fast over to the other side and you hear them talk about, and the fact that they're talking about wanting to invest in this or wanting to put their money here or wanting to do this for their children or wanting to restructure something in their life. Like, those were the kind of conversations I heard coming out. I'm like, wow, look at the difference. I'm applaud myself, but I think I was 21 at the time. I applaud myself to seeing that the vast difference in a flow of a conversation. And it was just interesting that the people who were higher up on the work ladder or the business ladder were the ones having the fruitful conversations versus, and I don't doubt that these people in the higher, they have their jibber jabber moments. Jibber jabber is fine. I'm your friend. I am not going to say that my friend should only come and talk high facts to me. I think my friend should come and jibber jabber to me because I'm a friend. But it shouldn't only be jibber jabber. If you can't hold a riveting conversation, if you bring up climate change and the room gets quiet and you see annoyed looks on their friends' faces, then there probably is a problem. But I leave it alone. Finally, the ones that I finally talk about are the big spenders versus the smart spenders. Now, the big spenders are the ones that are interested in purchasing items to have a certain look, right? That environment, if you find out that everybody in your circle is like this, there is a big problem, because you have to understand that, as the lady said in the post, you will take your values. And I guess if you see these things happening, you will start to appreciate the substantial things in life a bit less and look more for the materiality of things. So you will find like a pressure to start buying the things so that you can stay in tune with the circle, stay in tune with the community, when you know within yourself that your money could be better spent in savings, in stocks, in investing in something that will help you in the long term, like a class, a book, a podcast, whatever it is, something that will better you. And if you find that the big spenders are looking down on your smart spending, then there is a problem, because then now there is going to be a rift, and you will have to come to the decision of whether or not you're going to stay true to your own values or adopt your friends or your circle. And those are the five things that I think you can use to ascertain whether you are in a good group of people and whether you are not. As I said, the answer probably isn't chopping people off, but sometimes it might come to that, because you need time to build yourself, and spending the time trying to be the person you want to be while being relatable to the people that want you to be another way is taxing, and nobody have time for that. We think the proximity in a relationship. I wouldn't ever say to cut off your friend, because maybe that friend has been with you through thick and thin. And as I said before, these are not necessarily bad people. They're just not fit for a good circle. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe to my channel. I remember to hit the post notification bell. Remember that my video for Tea with Two Girls comes out on Thursday at 6 p.m. Also remember that the only time you don't have a chance to turn your life around is when you're in the grave. So if there is a pulse, there is a chance. From one success story in the making to another, I say God's peace be with you. Goodbye.